over the years, you build that trusting relationship that, we don't necessarily need to question what their idea comes up with. If they need some help with something, we can make it happen for them. Well, I'm Dave Hanson. I'm President and CEO of American State Bank and Trust Company. We're located in Williston, North Dakota, the community's only locally owned bank. Been here 113 years as a community-oriented institution. In 1954, oil was discovered. There was a boom there, and then in the late 70s, early 80s was a boom and bust cycle, which was a very, very big boom in the 70s and a very deep and long-lasting bust in the 80s.
Stu and Rory and Dean were working for an industrial parts company. With the oil price being down, the activity in Williston was very minimal. They pulled out and left town. That left Stu and Rory and Dean looking for work. But the three of them came together and formed Industrial Equipment in 1999.
So we thought this is a good opportunity to start a small little company. So we weren't positioned financially like we should have been. So we ended up working out of a second bedroom in our house. Went to GE to see if they would lease us some service trucks. GE, being we hadn't been in business for a year, they wouldn't even touch us. They wouldn't even look at us. I know the guys at American State Bank. Some of them are friends of mine. They helped us get our first SBA loan.
Yeah, we took a chance, but we believed in them, and they did a great job.
They stuck with it. They learned their trade. They're smart guys. They think outside the box.
And then we started eco-alternative fuel systems, and that's where they bring natural gas into diesel engines and cut the amount of fuel that they use by up to 50%. On these one drilling rig, they would save $1 million a year in diesel fuel costs.
And that was an idea that they came up with and developed and have now implemented it in, I believe, all the oil fields around the country, right out of Williston, North Dakota.
To me, this is, in my mind, this is the American story.
If you recall back in the 2008 financial crisis, the rest of the country was really in the doldrums and there were not a lot of jobs available. However, in our area, there was a demand for employees. And so a lot of people flocked to this area seeking employment.
Our community exploded. By the number of people here, we went from 13,000 people to, I've heard estimates to 35 to 40,000 or even more at its height.
We had news reporters coming from England and overseas and all over the country to do feature stories on this. And it did put us on the map.
There are just so many good stories out there. We have a lot of long-term customers.
I feel like what sets our bank apart is we've been in the community a long time. We have close ties to the community. They like that it's community-oriented. You just go into your community bank and they're accessible. They're somebody that cares.
And if it wouldn't have been for American State Bank, we wouldn't be where we're at. I know that for a fact. They've helped us every step of the way.